So we're so the first option, physically attractive, sexy, nice,
Right.
has her own money.
Right.
None of the women said this makes for marriage material.
Wow.
Zero.
Interesting.
That's amazing
Yeah.
because those are the things that we see plastered about on social media.
Right. Right.
That's all we see.
Our after church session. Today's after church session is going to be, are you fit for marriage? We're going to be talking directly to women about this session, and it's going to be one of two sessions. The next session is going to be focused on, are men fit for husbands in marriage? And so I have to my left my brother, Pastor Adam, and I have to my right the senior pastor of New Covenant Full Gospel Church, Pastor John Thompson. Welcome, brothers. We did a survey, and we did that survey that was directed to trying to understand how the women perceived the characteristics of a good or a woman that would be fit to become a wife.
Absolutely. And let me back up just a little bit to give you the etymology of where this came from, to tell you the origins of it. I was preaching a sermon some time ago, and probably back in February or so, January, February. And in it, I threw out the comment, it was really just a throwaway line about being fit for marriage. And I did not understand when I put out the line, the effect that it had. My wife on the way home said that me and this woman and this woman and that woman were having a conversation about that when you said, are you fit for marriage? And they were asking the question, well, what does that mean? What does it mean to be fit for marriage? How do you know if you are fit for marriage, and all of these kinds of things? So that's where the etymology for this discussion actually came from. And so then after I pondered it for a moment and prayed about it, we saw that there was, in fact, a need in the body of Christ to try to really ascertain what it means to be fit, ready for marriage, from a woman's perspective, from a woman's side of the table, as well as from a man's side of the table. And so to further this discussion so that it wouldn't just be us men up here talking about it, we decided that we would place a poll question on our website. The poll question that we placed, very simply, and it was a women-only poll, was what do you believe makes a woman marriage material? And so in doing it, we categorized three different groups. There was one question, three potential answers, multiple choice. All you got to do is pick one. The first choice was physically attractive, sexy, nice, and have your own money. All positive things.
Right.
Be physically attractive, be nice, sexy, and yes, please have some money.
Right.
That's all great, right? The second option was respectful, submissive, family-oriented, and industrious. Industrious means being diligent and hardworking in the context of your family. We got a lot of pushback on that, but I'm going to tell you guys a conversation that I had about that later on, without mentioning any names to protect the innocent.
Or non-innocent.
Right. And then the third option was to have a college degree, be goal-oriented, have career ambitions, and to be independent. Also, great things.
Right.
The results of the poll astounded me. Simply astounded me. 0% of the women who responded to the survey selected option one.
How many women responded to the survey?
With Max was 40. Max was 40. I probably had about 150 conversations, though. I go to get my hair cut every week at a barbershop.
Yeah.
The barbershop has a beauty salon attached to it.
Right.
I set up a chair on the beauty salon side and talk to the women.
Okay.
And so we're having conversations with 10, 15, 20 women at a time, right? Anyway, so we're the first option, physically attractive, sexy, nice,
Right.
has her own money.
Right.
None of the women said this makes for marriage material.
Wow.
Zero.
Interesting.
That's amazing
Yeah.
because those are the things that we see plastered about on social media.
Right. Right.
That's all we see plastered about on social media. Those things may make for great girlfriends.
Right.
They make real good. I'm not gonna bother.
Side piece.
I ain't gonna. I'm not. No. I'm already in trouble. I'm not going no farther with this. Okay. Option 3 was the second highest option, and that would be a college degree, career ambitions, goal oriented, and independent. That was the number 2 vote getter with 5%. 95% of the women who took the survey said what makes a woman marriage material is to be respectful, to be submissive, to be family oriented, and to be industrious, meaning diligent and hardworking. So obviously the obvious problem then that poses for us is if out of the 40 small, minute, anecdotal group of people, out of that group, if 95% of them are saying this is what it takes for a woman to be marriage material, why aren't we teaching that? Because we are teaching our young girls the exact opposite. So that's a problem. But that's where it came from. That's the poll. And we're going to put up another poll when it's time for the men. And it's actually going to be a 2-part poll, one that women can respond to and that men can respond to. But we're going to do it again for the men for next month's discussion also.
This is such a prolific, polarizing topic in our society today. In our last session, or actually a few sessions ago, Pastor John, you quoted a statistic about marriages. If you remember that, the blended marriages, you were talking about blended marriages. And actually you also quoted a similar poll in our session with fatherless children. And you were talking about how 73% of the houses today are parented as a single parent. Yeah. And then you talked about how in the 70s, it was like in 1975, I think it was the time you quoted, where there was 23%.
Right.
And so we've got totally flipped that spectrum now.
Absolutely.
And we're sitting here talking about today. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting today, because this is one of those conversations where you would hope and you pray that women are listening, especially the ones that feel like they can't do anything right to get a good man.
Sure.
And I think I also want to make sure that that's the backdrop here, is that we're talking about soliciting a good man, right? As opposed to just trying to get a man or a boyfriend. We're talking about getting a husband, a good husband.
Right.
And I think that's part, as we talked in our pre-production sessions, is that when the goal is to seek a husband, there's a uniformity in terms of the approach. But when you're seeking just a companion,
Right.
then the rules are different, right? And necessarily don't apply the same. So,
Hey guys, it's Pastor John here. Please, if you like this video that you just saw, hit that like button for us. Second thing I want to ask you to do is to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out videos once a day at about 5:30 p.m. Hit that bell notification so that you'll know when a new video has been uploaded. And then the final thing to do, share this video, share this information. If you know somebody that has a need that it can be benefited by it, please put it out in circulation so that we can try to help as many people as possible. Thanks, and God bless.